everybody. It's Friday, January, I want to say 8th. 1 month till my birthday. Whoop! I know it's been a while since I've posted anything, but like I'd mentioned in one of my posts from this week, somebody had suggested that I only make posts weekly as to not bore you guys. Holy, it is warm in here. Anyway, I'm just sitting in traffic, so I thought, what better than to make a video post? I was kind of like trying to figure out what I wanted to post about today. Had a few days to think about it. But somebody had posted on my Facebook yesterday, actually a girl that I went to college with, about meal prep. So I cooked up like a million chickens yesterday. Went to Costco yesterday, bought a bunch of chicken breasts, and just because I'm away this weekend and I'm gonna be missing meal prep, I decided to cook a bunch of chicken so that when my ground beef runs out, I've got some good old chicken breasts to nibble on. And anyway, the posts read, I will pay you money to come and show me how to meal prep. I went. It's time consuming, but it's worth it. And I think everybody kind of has different levels of meal prep. I don't think it, I know it. I mean, people already do it, I think, without even noticing it. Like, you make a big batch of spaghetti sauce. Well, you've just made spaghetti sauce for X amount of days in the future that you can have, right? You make a big stir fry. Well, you can have those leftovers, right? So, like, that's the level of meal prep, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But to actually do a meal prep, it depends on how intense it is, I suppose you could say. So the reason why my meal prep and a lot of other people that compete or that are like serious about their fitness and their health and or have like certain goals in mind, it's a little bit more time consuming because we weigh and measure everything. And then we prepare it into however many meals we have in the day. Not everybody has to be that intense. I mean, you can, cook up a whole package, let's say, from Costco. Somebody's gonna kill me for saying this, for saying that I bought my chicken from Costco when I was warned not to. Go ahead and cook up a bunch of chicken breasts, right? And then let them cool. And then depending on what portion you want to have per day or per meal, you just portion that out. What I normally do is I portion it out, put it in a Ziploc, and then, have enough chicken for like the next 2 days, let's say. And then every time that you consume those Ziplocs, you take out another one from the freezer to replace it. So it's kind of grab and go, really, really easy. But for example, oh my God, ADD moment. There's a woman biking with the most epic bike for winter I have ever seen. Her tires are like this thick. Friggin' amazing. You go, Glen Coco. So for me in particular, it's a little bit more time consuming because A, I find myself eating a buttload of food in this prep especially, and B, everything has to be weighed and measured, right? So like every morning I get up and it's not like, I'm just gonna pour a bowl of cereal and milk and away you go. It's like, hey, I've pre-made some oats, take those out of the fridge. Take my frozen raspberries out of the fridge. Well, they're not frozen anymore, are they? Just take my regular raspberries out of the fridge. And I get my scale and I get a bowl. Put the bowl on the scale, measure out that pre-cooked oatmeal, the raspberries, throw it in the microwave, and then PB2, everything's measured, my protein, what have you. So And then from there, I mean, everything else is measured as well, like in terms of my meat and everything too, right? So it's like you get all your containers. I mean, everybody has their own process, right? I normally like line up all my containers that are for my first meal, second meal, third meal. And I one by one put my meat in. All the meat is done. I one by one put whatever carbs, whatever veggies. So everything is like processed, and then I label it. Depending on what I'm eating too, I mean, like certain foods only have a certain like fridge life, right? And there's nothing worse than prepping all this like really good food, and then you come to like Friday and it's not good anymore. So it's really important to kind of know how long your food's gonna last, and if you need to put some stuff in the freezer, then do it. So recently I've been prepping my meals as a whole meal, so like all in one container. In the morning, after I make my breakfast, meal 2, 3, 4, and my post-workout snack all get taken out of the fridge, thrown in my lunch bag. Whereas in the summer, before my last show, all my meat was measured out, and all my veggies were kept separately. So it's like, it was more of like a grab and go kind of thing. So that I could like grab stuff out of the freezer. So like my meat was in a Ziploc. So I'd grab my meat, I'd grab my veggies, and then like when I got to work, I kept a container at work, and I would just like throw everything in the container and throw it in the microwave and have it. So yeah, I mean, like everything, like different processes work for different people. You'll come to find what works for you. But yeah, I mean, like if it's a matter of just making your lunches, pre-making your lunches for the week. Pick a day where you have like a couple of hours to meal prep, and then prep like lunches Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And say it's just like you're having chicken breast and some green beans and some rice, you know? Prep that all. You don't necessarily have to divvy it up into containers, but have it in like, you know, your rice, your beans, and your chicken. And every night, before the next day, you just grab some chicken, some beans, some rice, throw it in a container, boom, your lunch is done. But yeah, like I said, everybody finds what works for them best. But it's really a time saver. You just set aside some time once a week to do this, and you'd be surprised how much time it saves, right? And not only that, but like, you're never stuck. I know we've all seen that meme. It's like, failing to prepare is preparing to fail. So it's like, you know, you have your lunch that you're bringing to work, and you're not stuck and having to go and friggin' have a Big Mac or something, I don't know. You know, and you also know like how much you're eating, which is like very important. So, that's my little rant. I don't know if any of it like really made sense. I was just kind of spewing out words, about meal prep. So if you guys have any questions, I'm not like the meal prep guru, but I can maybe try and set you on the right path. I'll give you some tips and tricks and what's worked for me and what hasn't in the past. And, yeah, anyway, so I'm off to the States this weekend, and I'm super excited. I'm going to go buy my figure suit. This woman in, Williamsville, Buffalo is selling her suit, and I only have 20 seconds left of remaining video time. Anyway, I'm sure I'll post some videos, of our trip, and, I'm really yelling in the car right now. And, yeah, so have a great weekend, you guys, and I will post very soon. Comment and have any questions, post below. All right, have a good weekend, you guys. Take care.